most of us are working with US time zones. We sleep late. Coffee is the only way that we know of.
For your sleep cycle, do which is very simple. I have a client, she is 38 years old. She is from Bangalore. She can heal herself if she get cold within 3 hours. And this is just one of the example.
Not just another yoga practitioner, but he has done post-graduation in yoga. Welcome to the podcast, Sugum.
When you buy something, let's say phones, you get a manual. Look at humans. There must be some manual, right? It's a very complex system. Put your thumb in the ear like that, over, and then close and make the sound of Om with the closed mouth. Do it 3 to 5 times and go for sleep.
Awesome. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways of this conversation. I'm going to do this. From now on, all our pictures are not going to be this or this. It's going to be this.
Whenever you feel hungry, only eat that time.
Okay.
And techies need to get into the wellness practices.
So don't go away because you heard yoga. Hello and welcome. And we are not talking about Salesforce today. My name is Roshan Kotla, and I've got somebody in the studio who I was chatting with about the wellness or some non-technical issues that we technical people face in our day-to-day life, especially Salesforce. I wouldn't say especially Salesforce people, but Salesforce professions are included in this category of people who we are referring to. And hence, I thought it's best I bring this person into our studio and ask him some specific questions, which he claims is either to maintain our health, or if it's already screwed up, which most of our healths are, will help us get it better. And health being the core value that I follow in my life, or even for our team members, health has been a real important factor in how we've shaped up our teams and companies. It was only a matter of time that I invited somebody like him, and I'm so glad that this is happening on the eve of International Yoga Day. This is not exactly about yoga though, but yes, yoga has a big role to play, and the person who I have in the studio today has also got not just another yoga practitioner, but he has done not graduation but post-graduation in yoga. Welcome to the podcast, Sugum. Sugum is the person who I just mentioned who claims all the things which I said. These are not my words, they are all Sugum's words. And I've put him in that chair. It's a hot seat today. And I'm going to ask him all of our challenges and see which all can he answer, and how useful or how practical are those answers. So don't go away because you heard yoga, because it is very specific to the challenges we face. We are not talking about all the yoga of the world, which is very deep. We are going to stick around to practices or techniques for technology people. And on that note, welcome again, Sugam.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. And I do like, talking to exactly like with the solutions rather than just, explaining you the science and the art of it.
Great. So I think that'll help our audience also as well.
I have been actually in this industry from last more than 10 years. And in that journey, I have found one thing which is very common, that techies, need to get into the wellness practices. And I think like when we started talking about, how yoga can or how wellness can actually help techies. So I was interested, and that's when we have started talking about and planning about this.
So I talked about his expertise, but he's actually the founder of a company that looks after or ensures well-being of any kind of people, right from kids all the way to the aged people. But coincidentally, when I was interacting with him, I found out that more than 90% of their clientele is techies. And that's when I thought, okay, this is going to be useful for as well. So he is running a company, and he's got a lot of ways to do what he's done, and hence he is here today. The name of the company is Varenium, but more about that later. We'll explore what you've done in your past and how you've come here. But first things first, Sugam. Techie, yoga. For me, not just me, but most of the people in our industry, like, no, this is not like going along. This sounds only good when the HR is putting that, yoga day once a year or twice a year, and you go there, you do something, you've done like pranayam, or you've heard of 3-4 other standard methods, but that's pretty much it. And here you're telling me 90%, and yoga is very much part of life, we don't realize, and things like those, which you told me offline. But I didn't ask you this question at that time. It's like techie yogas, no matter what you tell me, I still want to ask you, like, how? Based on your experience, how do you put these two faces together, which are two sides of a coin?
Right. Roshan, one thing I'll tell you, like, so the moment we started, and personally I started, working in this industry, I found majority of the IT, I mean, especially the techie guys, they face a lot of problems that may other not facing. So, I mean, and I'll say, like, proudly, I'll say that in my whole list of the client, you will find 90% are the techies. And to be very specific in that, I mean, I have a client, says 38 years old, and and she's from Bangalore. She can heal herself if she get cold. She can heal herself within 3 hours. So let's say, as before you have seen her having cold, 3 hours after you see no cold.
And just through a practice, like yoga.
Yeah, so that's what.
So you're saying she can, without medicine, just
Yes.
in 3 hours come out of
Cold.
cough and cold.
Yes, exactly. And this is just one of the example I'm telling you. That's what give me more, confidence talking about wellness to the techies. I mean, there are the techniques, and specifically if you want to understand, I would say, like, every techies must understand the human manual that probably will, explore later on. So that is the one thing which we are missing, and that's what you do lot practices of asanas, pranayama, and the other practices blindly, but it is not working for you. But there are the magic behind it. So if you know it, you can do it.
Okay, so there's, I mean, definitely it sounds like magic. If you're telling me that somebody can cure cold in 3 hours through some practice, it's magic. But I think that's not the agenda of this conversation. So I'll not ask you. I'm curious. I'll ask you offline. But I'm curious how she could have done that. But you mentioned manual. What exactly do you mean by that, Sugam? Okay. What manual are you referring to here?
See, I mean, when you buy something, let's say a phone, or let's say a bike or car or any home appliances, you get a manual which actually explain you how to operate it. But when we take, look at humans. I mean, there must be some manual, right? It's a very complex system. And, most of the time you'll see, like, this complex system have, you find a lot of bugs in that. And to fix one bug, you are creating multiple bugs. That's what's happening. So if you understand the human manual, which is like how your system works, there's a body, the physical body, there's a mental body, there's an emotional body, and how they're coordinated with, with each other. Specifically, I'll say there is a human manual. Inside that, you understand the human system, the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body, and how they correlate. And this manual is with everybody. So you need to understand your physical, mental, emotional coordination, and how the tools can help you to fix that. The tools are Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, and alternative therapies. But I won't say go deep and do everything. I would say understand yourself and look for the right tool. Right? If you go to the mechanics, what they does, they don't put all the tools in your machine, right? They choose the right tool to fix it. Do that. It's simple. And it is doable.
But that's what doctors are doing, right? Like, they figure out what has gone wrong in our body when it goes wrong, which happens often. That's why we're doing this conversation, right?
Right.
So manual is there, but for doctors to understand. Are you saying a common person, or people who are not in the business of understanding our body can also understand this and do something?
Yes,
on a daily, on a
exactly.
regular basis.
That is all about yoga and well-being practices. I mean, if you look back, I do understand when some techies talking about yoga and why they actually think that yoga and they just go away. The reason is, like, they probably like looking at the lifestyle, but not trying to understand the manual what is shared there. It is also not a long chapter, or it's a big book that you have to go through. I mean, even somebody not telling you, it's a natural thing that you can understand. For example, if you feel hunger, what you do? You go and have food, right? But if you are already done and if you start putting in, what happens generally? You see gas bubbles, constipation, all these problems are happening, right? So signals are there. Probably the manual means like understanding yourself. I mean, I have actually published a book which can help, but here, to be precise, I'll tell you like listen the signals, understand the layers. The physical body is like muscles, bone, and all. So in with respect to the doctors, they understand your veins, your cardiovascular system, your hormonal system, and the endocrine system. Let's say all the different system, digestive system, and respiratory system, nervous systems. But there are some things which is beyond that, which can actually help you to heal without operating it, and that's what yoga and Ayurvedas are. So that's what I'm.
Okay, very very deep. I suck at biology. That was my lowest scoring subject in my 12th standard. But of course, we understand the obvious, the common aspects of these subjects. And what I'm hearing is, yes, the biology is there. Yes, the doctors is there. But yoga yoga and Ayurveda has a dimension to it, which, if you understand a little bit, we can try and avoid the visit to the doctor.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that and move on to my first question, or rather, most commonly painfully felt problem, which is we don't sleep enough. Like given the kind of schedules we have in our technology life, you've been that in your past career, and you've also dealt with a lot of people. So what I mean by schedule is most of us are working with US time zones or different, not Indian time zones,
Right.
Which, and for other reasons as well. We sleep late, either by working or watching something, naturally not getting up when we are supposed to be getting up, and a lot of us working professionals not getting the right hours of sleep, and these are all non-negotiable. I mean, we don't want to lecture on, we don't want to hear another lecture on, oh, you should sleep 8 hours, or you should sleep 6 hours, or you should, oh, why don't you do this, why don't you close your phone by 10 or laptop by 11, whatever that is, because that's a given. So the premise of my question is, we are not trying to go and ask them to change any of that, which is part of their job or their lifestyle. While they stay in that, the first problem arises is not sleeping enough, and thereby certain issues which come up, or just not, because when you sleep less, and the coffee is the only way that we know of how you can still function even on less hours of sleep.
Right.
What are your thoughts? Is there something which you think can be done for less hours of sleep?
I would say there is two part of that.
Okay.
One is prevention, yet I don't like lecturing. I was not enjoying lecture even though in my life. One is prevention, the other is cure. I would say, like, if you are facing the problem and still if somebody lecturing you to how to do prevent it, then definitely it's not going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what you should do is, there are practices which can actually help you. The first I'm going to tell you, for your sleep cycle, if you have to get better with your sleep cycle, let's say you have less hours of sleep, do Brahmari pranayam, which is very simple. Put your thumb in the ear like that, over, and then close, and make the sound of Om with the closed mouth. Do it in night before sleeping 3 to 5 times and go for sleep. Definitely you won't see the complete result in one go. Probably your body need to verify the practices what you're doing is actually for the result, not a random thing you're doing with the body. Because nature always validate things. So until you reach to the validation, it won't do any changes in your life, in your body. So how you do it, same time, same amount of practice, at least for 2 to 3 days. The simplest solution I'm giving you for that. Brahmari pranayam 5 times. So every night before sleep. Third or fourth day, you'll see things will start changing. So let's say in a short period of time, you'll be getting that depth of the sleep. So you're already fulfilling it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. This is the solution.
Okay. So I think because most of us are suffering from that, oh, we couldn't sleep enough for whatever reasons. That's why I said we are not trying to debate, oh, you should sleep this much. The fact, I think we heard a solution. I'm interesting that you're saying something in 3 to 4 days, and once the body understands that, we all can start using that. But okay, this is the cure.
Yes.
Prevention is sleep well enough. I think there's nothing else we can say
So
about it.
again, I'd say prevention is also actionable item. And if you are actually doing, for cure, like doing Brahmari Pranayam, along with this, if you practice 10 to 15 minutes of Yoga Nidra, which is again, I'm not telling you to go for 20 minutes or the 40-minute long audio, but I would say like you're smart guys, like you guys are very smart. Go through that video, or like let's say the instructions, it is available already on YouTube, you can find it, and script it based on you. That's where human manual comes. Which suits you, you need to think of it. Let's say there are there are 40 number of instructions given, but probably those 20 and 25 is not aligned with you. Remove it. Create your own structure. Even if you want, you can just record it by yourself. Put a nice music behind it. You can do it and then keep playing it every day or every night whenever you find time, 10 to 15 minutes, how long you feel to stay in that zone. Practice it. If you do these two, you won't face any challenge that can be because of your less hour of sleep, because it all will be covered. So no problem with the sleep cycle and the effect of the less sleep, what you're getting on your body, the damage you're getting on you're already covering it. So I think this approach, which actually helps you to not just cure yourself, but to improve even though. So even you're sleeping less because of your lifestyle, but still you're doing better at your life.
Interesting, but I've never heard of this
Yoga Nidra.
Term called Yoga Nidra. But I was going to ask you something on similar note. Maybe you can verify, are these same things? I've heard of concepts where hours-wise you sleep lesser, but the recovery that body needs through the sleeping or whatever has to happen in the body because through the sleeping mechanism happens faster through certain ways. So is this Yoga Nidra
Exactly.
Referring to the same thing?
Yes. So the instructions actually help you to get inside. So that's again, if you understand human manual, it will become very easy for you to.
So I think I can go type Yoga Nidra and
yes,
and watch a video and follow that to actually, like I said, sleep lesser but still have effective sleep hours.
Exactly.
Deep sleep, like when you track,
yes,
you get better deep sleep.
Exactly. A better quality. I mean, I can say like quality of sleep.
Better quality of sleep. Okay. Okay. So for all of us who are sleeping lesser, I think the only way is in less hours get high quality of sleep, and for that is the one method is Yoga Nidra. If we go and find out, and if we still have issues in not doing that, if you're not able to do this, the other way is
Brahmari Pranayam.
Brahmari Pranayam.
Yes.
Which again can be found out on videos, either yours or anybody else's as well. But that's a specific yoga pose anyways. If followed, can help you not have the dire sequences of incomplete sleep.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
It's simple and you can do it.
Yeah, when when somebody says simple, it's like this. Our physics lecturer and maths teacher always thought that every single problem they were teaching was simple. But trust me, anybody who doesn't understand math and when they're learning physics in 12th standard or that is at the age of or even through engineering, that calculus problem is the biggest problem in the world for them.
Why I'm telling you it's simple, Roshan, because till now have trained so many techies and have even this is not the only solution what I'm telling you. There are a number of solutions for sleep. But this is something which is dual and people have did it. They have seen the difference, the changes and transformation. Let's say they started doing better. And this is the simple and effective and doable for the techies. That's why I said. Otherwise, there are a number of solutions.
Interesting. I think, yeah, we'll hopefully, some of us try. I'll also give it a try.
Yeah.
I sleep better, but I'll still give that a try just to come back.
You can be better. I mean, you sleep better, but even though you can improve it. I mean, you can even get deeper sleeper. And sleep.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. I say sleep better Yeah, so this is a personal conversation that I'm sharing, and obviously for our audience to see if I'm sure you'll relate to this. I don't sleep better, or we don't sleep better when we are under stress. It could be the stress of delivery, stress of something else that is happening in our life. So even if I go and hit the bed, I'm not looking at a screen. Technically, I'm in my bed, but just wake up too many times, or you're not able to sleep, or it takes just too long for you to even get into your deep sleep, and then you wake up too often. So technically you spent 8 hours on the bed, let's say, but you don't feel fresh enough. I've had this whenever I've had stress in my life, where I can see it that I'm not waking up fresh, my day is slow, and it's clearly because of stress. I am probably telling myself that, hey, I'm all right. I'm not stressed. I'm able to go through the day in a very normal fashion. I'm able to deliver my, whatever is expected of me in work and family. But still, I think the body still reads the stress, the subconscious stress that is built up because of my manager asking an update every hour, or an upcoming delivery in work, or a potential family situation that is keeping you awake because you don't know what to do, but you just kind of all the I'll maybe summarize this better. All the problems which are parked aside or are happening on a regular basis are around us, and we are trying to live through that, and whenever that happens, at least for me, the sleep is definitely not there. I'm sleeping, but I'm not sleeping. So I think that is when something like this, when you mention about
Yes, can
first
help you.
practice,
Yeah.
the
Bhramari pranayam and the yoga nidra.
Brahmari Brother is like
Cure.
the cure, or like how to come out of it, or not get into is to not get into this is probably the yoga nidra. Okay, we've gone too deep into the sleep part. I hope we get the benefit. The next one on my list is something which I just not touched again: stress. Everybody has these deliverables, good and bad managers, client pressures, expectations to maintain. And all of that frustration keeps building and building and building. And we hear these fancy words a lot these days. And I shouldn't say fancy because they're real. The anxiety issues people are facing, the anxiety,
Depression.
stress, depression, so many mind related ones. So sleep is mind related, but and this is not just for tech, this is for anybody. How is there something you have for dealing with these issues, because these are lesser spoken about but are impacting
Right.
lakhs of people?
Very true. Overthinking
Yeah.
are also one of the part. And I was surprised, like when I won't take name, but definitely we have some clients, like they came in a very kind of not good situation mentally. Self-worth is something which also people lack. And anger, all these comes together. Better I say, like, these all belongs to the same category. It's like mental well-being, right?
Yeah. So, okay, because we're talking from techie's perspective, I'll put it this way: too much pressure at work from client, from managers, from peers, will not take the personal and other situations into picture. The work pressure, which we can't avoid, it comes with this profession. It's hard to say, oh no, don't take pressure. There is pressure. That's why people are paid, or we sit under this room and try to code our way through.
Right.
So what can they do in a very practical way?
Yeah, I won't go into like the cause of that, but I'll tell you actually the remedies for that. There are two things which can immediate help you. Okay, the first one, whenever you get into the stress, whenever your stress going high, just do one thing: block your right nostril and keep breathing from the left. Simple. Just for a minute, the same moment. Whenever you feel like you're going out of, when you're going out of yourself, when you feel like your stress going high, just breathe from the left side, left nostril. It works. Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I'm telling you, because this technique I have shared with my students, and out of them, some of them are at very high level in IT companies, and it is their own reviews on that it works.
Okay. No, I think I'm going to need that. We all get into stressful situations, but this is a very quick one to do.
Yes.
We were always told like count numbers, and I mean there are different suggestions, but I think this is a new one that I've heard, so I'm going to give that a try. Yeah, and this can be done everywhere, anywhere.
Yeah.
So all of you listening, at your desk, even in the middle of a meeting that you're having with your client, your manager, whoever that is, if it is causing stress, pause, mute, turn off your video, or even while on video. Like when he was telling me, when he was even telling me, I think I was also trying.
Yes.
Just trying to
Right.
So yeah, just go ahead, do that. Don't worry about people looking and
Yeah, I will tell you
that.
very simple but yet to very effective, and just not very because I believe, but it is actually people have experienced it.
Yeah, no, I trust you. I mean, there is a reason why we are inviting you. So yeah, the trust is there. But obviously, I mean, without trying it out,
Yeah, definitely.
we can't really relate.
And
to
I like you guys try it and write in comment.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, we want you to be benefiting from out more than. But yeah, do write in comments if you try and it doesn't work. Then we'll definitely go back to him and ask what is going wrong. Okay, so that's stress. But do you have anything more for, because this is a very vast area, right?
See,
the anxiety disorder, or is that anxiety disorder?
Anxiety, depression.
Yeah, depression, because these are also I think next to stress, if I were to judge with my limited understanding, is a lot of anxiety which comes in.
Yes.
It could be sometimes clearing an interview, or at times delivering that important project. It could be, what do you say, the anxiety, especially at a younger
age.
Junior professionals.
Yeah.
Because junior professionals don't have the fear of not meeting expectations, and I feel it's one step beyond stress.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So it is like, see, stress comes, and sit the ground.
Okay.
Anxiety comes and play the inning, and depression comes and take the trophy.
Okay. So you only told us a solution for stress. Yeah. But if somebody can't stop it there, I think anxiety will kick in.
Exactly.
So what do they
So
do?
if you cannot manage your stress, or let's say you cannot, overcome your stress, you will land into the stage which is called anxiety, and then it will take you in a depression. So it's become very hard to come out. But I'll tell you a simple and quick solution for that. If you feel like you are anxious about something, okay, any time if you feel like you are getting anxious, do this. So on your palm, below your thumb, there's a point here. If you press it, it will pain, and it will be like it will pain. Definitely, it will pain like very unbearable. It will go unbearable.
I can feel a nerve here.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you keep pressing there itself, whenever you feel getting anxious, you will feel relaxed. This is the one. Okay. So this is a point. It's below. So this technique, what I'm sharing with, it's from the acupressure. Here is the heart. Generally, whenever you get anxious, it's your heart which need to respond. It will make you confident and fight, go through it, not fear of it. Simple.
Right. Interesting.
So this is the simple thing I'm telling you. There are n number, but I'm sharing you those which is doable, easy for you, because I know like the lifestyle and all. I understand closely because I have been looking at them, and I have been working on them, on the techies itself. So that's why I know like what works, what does not works, and that's what the reason people actually go away from when they.
Yeah, no, like I said, that's also why we are being so specific. I mean, it sounds like a doctor-patient conversation of, hey, I have this problem and tell me what you can do. But I think that is what is relevant in our conversation to our audience.
I believe it's
because, more than understanding why it is caused or how it works, what to do, which is what I think this is all gold. Yeah. I will definitely try and
definitely try.
Yeah, but the next step you said was depression.
Depression, yes.
I think depression is too big of a conversation for us to even deal with here.
Yes, right now
I'm not an expert in asking that question, to be honest with you. But if you have something, do you want to tell us about? Please.
So the thing is, like in depression, basically, whenever somebody goes, even taking an action, it becomes very hard. So probably those people in depression need to go out and socialize. Very simple.
Yeah, easier said than done though.
Yeah. I mean, there is no, there is no quick fix right now, I will tell you.
Yeah.
So the only thing is you have to make yourself comfortable. So if you feel like you don't want to go out, be around with the people. Simple. Don't try, don't press yourself too much or doing anything. Simple, like go out, sit along with the people.
So no yoga for depression. Depression has got all the other things. We are not touching the topic. Great two inputs there on the mental aspect. I'll go back to the physical aspect one more time. Can't help but the sitting aspect of it. We know that all of our techies, we talk about putting on weight and we eat at odd times. And these two, when combined, eating at odd times and not having enough physical activity, and our profession is like that. You can't run, and I mean, yeah, it's fancy. Sometimes you can have a standing table. You can people say, oh, you are on treadmill, yeah, but it's a very small percentage of people who can do that. Realistically speaking, to sit down, focus, and then like dive in. So yes, our posture goes for a toss. We are sitting for the entire day. Only then we can get things done. So while we can't change any of those factors, is there anything that they can some quick tips or remedies that they can follow?
I would say like for that, there are three remedies I'll tell you. One is regarding your alignment. I mean, you're sitting long hours, your back is paining, your neck is paining, your hands are paining, your legs are paining. There is one solution for that. The lower back, L4 and L5 of your lumbar region, engage that. Keep your hip back and focus when you try to keep your back straight. Do not push yourself on the mid back like this. Just focus on the lower back. Okay, above your tailbone and below your mid back. It's like L4 and L5. Engage it, push it forward. Your back will be straight enough. So that's more on, keep reminding yourself to keep your alignment correct at L4, L5. Simple.
Yeah, I mean, that's too technical. I mean, at least
on the lower back.
At least for me, I don't know where is L4, L5
So
and all
probably
that.
like, yeah,
but I was just trying to do that as you were speaking and focus on my lower back.
Lower back, yes.
Something I can feel and say that's my lowest point which I can control and feel when I'm sitting more than more than the hunch.
Keep your mid back and upper back. See, your spine, mid back and upper back of your spine will be definitely, it is a flexible, it's a flexible thing. There are 33 chords. So if you're unnecessarily trying on the mid back, it will not remove the pain. So focus on where you can correct. This is the one solution. But I know it's a technical, but it's only if you do it, you understand.
Okay.
You start correcting. The second one is, this is called a mudra, Surya Mudra. Okay, so if you do Surya Mudra, basically it manages. So yeah, Prithvi also be known. So this ring finger basically, which represents earth element. So if somebody going overweight and let's say some, problem or damage is happening in your body, just hold it for 45 minutes, initially. Later on, holding 3 minutes will be enough. It can actually help you with that. No movements, hold this.
So are you telling me that this can replace the ill effects of sitting for longer hours?
Yes.
I'm going to do this. From now on, all our pictures are not going to be this or this. It's going to be this. Yeah. This is our mantra now.
Exactly.
So this is
yeah.
Okay.
So you start doing
and what mantra? So you said it's Surya Mudra.
Yes. You Surya Prithvi. There are also like why I'm telling you this, because if you go and type on Google search, you will find somebody will be talking it, as like Surya Mudra. Somebody will saying like Prithvi Mudra. There are some.
Okay, the names can vary, but this is
what you should do, which can actually. So this helps, but there are science behind it. There are lot.
Yeah, no, we'll not go into the.
I'm just telling you the practice.
Yeah.
45-minute holding this, either of the hand.
Okay.
Anyone, either right or left.
Okay, this will compensate the sitting part of it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Awesome. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways of this conversation, where we've learned how you can not move out of your seat and still get the benefit or, and cut out the ill effects of that. So yeah, maybe it's okay to sit for a little longer and then do this. Okay. These are three parts, right? So the one was, sorry.
Yes.
So this was one,
Yes.
and then you
Correcting
already mentioned
correcting your
correcting this.
back.
This is the third one as well.
Yes. The third one is regarding food.
Okay.
So the food is what happens. We are majorly, how our life goes, like lifestyle goes, like you have set an pattern of your, food meals. But I would say avoid that. Eat only when you're hungry.
Whenever you feel hungry.
Whenever you feel hungry, only eat that time.
Okay.
And even though eat to the level where you're not completely satisfying yourself, let that stay there. That way your body will start burning out the fats or the unnecessary toxins you are storing inside your body. So body has a natural system of cleaning out. So
Yeah,
exact.
yeah.
So it works only when the body completely not satisfied. So still the functions will be there. That's the simplest thing. So you don't need to do anything. You need to stop doing things, which is
Yeah, but I think that's more on the preventive front. But we'll still take that as an answer because it does make a difference if you're just listening. The only catch there, of course, Sugam, is when you're stressed, when you're working, when you're sitting for 2 hours and something's not working as the way we expect it to work on our work. Naturally, the stress eating, as we call, you just are hungry. I mean, I don't know if it's a false signal which comes, but when you're not in the best state of mind, most of us end up eating because somewhere we start feeling hungry because there's no other reason why. When I'm trying to go back to my stress situations, and I can definitely say I'm not eating it because it's there in front of me. I'm eating because I'm actually also feeling hungry. But anyways, that's like maybe we'll have to go to the how part of that, which
Human
we don't
manual.
want to.
You need to
The
go back
manual,
to the human
human
manual.
manual, which we're trying to skip for at least this conversation today, to keep it more very specific to the challenges that we have. Okay, so we've talked about a few most typical issues that we face in our day-to-day life of a techie: the mental aspect, the sitting aspect, the sleeping aspect. Is there anything else that you very commonly have seen in people that you treat or people who are working with you, which we would like to let our audience know? Here are a couple of things that you probably would need, and here's what you can do. A couple of things that you face, and here's how you can fix it.
Before that, I would, I would like to actually share few things, which is not few, it's like two things majorly. One is we need to understand timings matter, not the time matter. So when it should happen, practicing, let's say, practicing meditation, practicing pranayam, practicing some stretches, it's all should be according to your body. So let's say when you are anxious, your breathing changing when you are stressed, that time only you're inhaling and exhaling from the left nostril. Now, like you had food, still you're feeling like your digestive system is not working well. I'm majorly coming on a solution regarding digestive system. So generally people who are
Oh yeah, good that you mentioned. Half of our team members, half of the people who I meet, because of eating outside or random places at different times, half of the digestive systems are like screwed up
Damaged.
already. They're
Okay.
damaged and screwed up, and no matter how much they're correcting, one lunch outing, one dinner outside, and it goes back like
Yes.
so
So that's
much.
what I'm sharing. That's why I said, so I'm sharing you here two things. One for the digestive system, and you'll thank me later after knowing this, that just after having food and like you did mistake, or let's say you had block your left nostril, inhale, exhale from the right nostril.
Oh, this is the reverse now.
Yes.
So block your left.
Inhale, exhale from the right, and do it for at least 1 to 2 hours. 1 to 2 minutes. Next 1 to 2 minutes, keep breathing, inhale, exhale from the right nostril. It actually works out on your digestive system. It actually helps you to digest whatever got in.
I can just breathe and help my digestive system get faster.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I said timing matters. Had food, block
Oh,
your.
this has to happen just after eating. You can't say after 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, you have cooked the food, and then you're inviting me after 2 hours and saying, "Oh, the fresh food I'm offering you." Doesn't happen like that, right?
Okay. So I think we'll have to end of this conversation make a note of this problem, this solution, this problem, this solution, or we'll make short videos out of it and post it for people to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Like specific ones. 'Cause this is like all of them combined. But anyways, that is a good way. That is a good tip. Digestiveness. Anything else? You said two things: digestive
Yeah.
system.
I said timing and digestive system.
Okay, timing.
Timing is a concept that I told. The practice is what I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
It has timing is important for it. When you should do it. Let's say you did not had food and then you started breathing from the right. What you will digest? Nothing is there to digest, right? So then it will affect the other thing.
Then talking about which, so the previous ones you mentioned, like some of sleeping,
Yes.
benefits or practices. Do they also have timings or
So yes,
like morning or
let's say
evening?
you already had a good sleep. You are fresh. Should you be doing that? I would say not necessary. If you just buy because of the interest you are doing, you can do it, but you won't see the difference or change. The reason is like, and there is a problem, you should go for the solution. If there is no problem, stay. Happy and enjoy your life.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, we
Adding
all
up here, one more thing. The last one is, I have also seen people majorly, suffer with the gas bubbles, which so for that, lukewarm water. Let's say in your office, you'll find a cup of lukewarm water, but the probably like you need to bring some few, methi dana from your house, and then you have to have that. You can have so 4 to 5. 1 cup of lukewarm water is enough. You don't need to chew. You just have to swallow.
the
So,
water and those 4-5 seeds.
Yes.
Just after food, or sorry, not after food. Whenever
whenever
you're
you
feeling
feel
like that.
Yes, but don't chew it. Just have it.
Okay, you mentioned it twice, so I'm curious now. But
The reason is if you chew it, it won't work as.
oh, interesting. Okay.
And don't ask me like why. Because
No, I'll not ask you why. For now, I'll not ask you why.
Right.
Okay, so I think these were areas which were more about health directly, physical and mental health, preventive measures, corrective measures. But if somebody is, we'll talk about people who have not faced any of this, who don't relate to any of the problems that we talked about. Like I think we spoke about 5 major issues here.
Right.
But if they don't relate to any of this, and we say, hey, I'm a techie and none of this is good there, can you still help me? And when I say can you still help me from a productivity perspective, because being productive is also a concern / issue working professionals face. This is on behalf of software professionals, I could say.
Okay.
Because not all of us, like we spend 8 hours, 9 hours at work, whether it's home is even more messy. I'll not even get there. But even if somebody is in office 8 hours, 9 hours, they know that it's not we are not able to spend it the most efficient way to get the most out. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who are thinking, how do I do more? My manager is always saying I need to do more.
Right.
For my promotion or hike or on-site or whatever, but I am never done with what is given to me, and the only way I can get better, in normal advice, I would say, hey, you would be more productive, and we find some time management techniques and things like that. But beyond those management practices, is there anything that I don't know, I have no clue if you have an answer for this or not, but just curious that.
I'll tell you like there are 3 things
Okay.
which can actually help you in the productivity.
Okay.
Okay. The one is you must be having Brahmi or Sankhpuspi, which is the Ayurvedic herb.
Okay.
Okay. Every night, but to be, you should, but also like note it down, not more than 3 months. So if you're consistent with having those herbs, but do not exceed. You just take it for 3 months and then stop there itself.
And they're just available over the counter in the market.
Yes, over the counter, yeah. So having Brahmri or Sankhpuspi, you get it there. It's a herb basically. Every night, it's like a booster, which actually helps your brain to get relaxed and also activate.
So Sugam, that was about a lot of health, prevention, cure, etc., etc. But there's also a segment that I have in my list, which is beyond health, which is very professional for people working in the industry.
Right.
We all, I think most of them hate their managers because they keep asking, what are you doing? When will you give this? Thereby causing stress. We've talked about stress, but are there methods or ways, or is there anything that you can share with us which can increase productivity of people? Because I think I'm pretty sure everybody would agree with me that the amount of hours we spent, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, are not super efficient and productive. And when somebody is asked to do extra and beyond their work, this extra and beyond apostrophes and big double quotes, to get the promotion, hike or on-site, whatever that they're looking for, people are clueless. Like, Roshan, if I have to do my work, I need 8 hours, I have to bill my 8 hours, and how do I do more? And I think that's where the productivity element comes into picture. So is there something which you can share with us?
Definitely. I mean, just for the productivity, I'll tell you, like, there is three things that we need to understand: your energy, your attention, and your time. These three are very important things. You need to save your energy, you need to manage your attention, and also you need to save your time. If you can't save your time, at least focus on the intention and the energy. There are the remedies, there are the herbal herbs which can actually help you on that. There are the practices which can help you that. About the herbs, I'll tell you, like, there are the Ayurvedic herbs which are safely used, you can use, and over the counter you can buy it. It's like Brahmari and Sankpushpi. These two can actually help you to improve, to boost your brain and help you to go through all the loads that you want to manage. Majorly for the productivity, you need to actually, improve your capability of your brain. Second is, like, for the energy, you need to hold this. This is called Pran Mudra. Okay?
Prana Mudra.
Pran Mudra. So you need to connect your little finger, you need to connect your ring finger with your thumb and hold it for 45 minutes every day. Okay?
How many days?
So it depends basically. Again, I'll give you exact number based on the people have been practicing and what the insight I have. So at least it takes, like, 2 weeks to 3 weeks. 2 weeks to 3 weeks every day if you practice it. After that time, holding for 3 minutes and 4 minutes can actually help you to recharge yourself. Okay. So energy wise, you'll be up, you'll be active. And the third one is, like, to balance, your psycho and somatic. If you balance that, then it becomes easy for you to, improve it. So for that, keep breathing from left and right. So 3 times from left and 3 times from right. This is the doable thing I'm telling you. So 3 times you're breathing from the left, inhaling, exhaling. Then 3 times you're breathing, inhaling and exhaling from the right. 1 time from both the nostril and then release from mouth. This is called one cycle. Nadi Sodhan Pranayam.
Nadi
Sodhan Pranayam.
Sodhan Pranayam.
Yes.
Okay.
These 3 things actually help you to be more productive at your work. And also you need to take care of your spine. So if you keep your spine straight. So I can tell you a number of things, but just to cut down 2 things, which is definitely going to work. Pran Mudra, and take those 2 herbs or either of them, Brahmari or Sankpushpi, or Brahmi and Sankpushpi, you can go for it. Third one is optional if you can do it, the pranayam, which is Nadi Sodhan.
So the Ayurvedic herbals you mentioned, Brahmari or Shankpushpi. Again, like, how many days? Is there anything like that?
Perfect. It's a good question. I mean, majorly people, what happens, once they start taking it and start working, they think like more is better.
Yeah, that's why I was curious.
But the thing is, like, more is not better. The right amount of intake is the best thing what you should do. So should not be taking it more than 3 months.
Okay.
Once you start it, for the next 3 months only take it and then stop it.
And never ever take it again.
No, again take it, but after some time, until you feel like you need.
Okay.
So if, for example, now you are performing better, you don't feel overwhelmed because of the work and all this, and you still feel like your capacity of your mind still, more than what you get the load, then don't need it. You don't need to actually have it. But if still it is exceeding, then start improving. So improvement, there is no limit for improvement. Keep improving, and then but maximum 3 months. Any herbal, herbs we take, in one go, it should be for the 3 months only. Because after that, the impact of that gets down and body become habituated so that it will stop working on you.
So now we know the trick. Like there's a trick, the mudra, and a couple of herbs as well, which uh, most of us would want to try to improve our productivity and thereby do more and thereby get to whatever goals we have set for ourselves. Because we can't create time, so we have to learn how can we be doing more in the same amount of time. So yeah, that's for all those people who are trying to do that. So I think we've also covered this. But as you were answering this and as we've covered some of the health elements, I have another question which is not looked as illness, but super common: headache. Especially under headache, migraine as a type. Very commonly heard of. I don't. When we are not discussing why and how it causes, but do you have any like tricks and tips that people can apply at their desk, at their work? Because this, what I've heard from people who suffer from those extreme headaches is once it kicks in, it stays there at least for a day, or maybe sometimes more than a day as well. So anything for them?
So, I mean, keep in your mind when I'm sharing you the tricks, techniques, and remedies, the timing is more important thing. Timing matters. So, for the migraine, the moment migraine happens, you check your nostril, which nostril is active, and how you check it. Bring your finger close to your nostril, exhale, and feel where you experience more volume of air coming out. Either it's a left or right. If you're if you're trying right now and if you're still not getting it, I'll tell you the other way. Exhale and try to feel or sense that where you are feeling like more smooth, air coming out, where you feel like more friction is there in the nostril.
Okay.
Let's say you're exhaling and still feel the left nostril here, in the left nostril some friction. Probably your left nostril is blocked.
Okay.
If you do it 2-3 times and still you're getting the same result, means the left nostril is blocked, only the right is active. So change that. If you just change that, headache will start going up.
Like when you say change, what do you mean?
Change the nostril. So block the nostril which is active so that the breathing will happen with the nostril which is blocked. If you start breathing...
So breathe from the blocked one.
Yes. Try to open that.
Okay.
In a right way. So try to open the nostril which is blocked.
And that will release the headache.
Yes. That will take you out of the condition whatever you are suffering.
Okay. It will reduce the pain at least.
So it will start reducing immediately. This is the one thing. And if you ask like how long I have to do it, I'd say like in 30 seconds itself you will start experiencing the impact.
Okay.
The pain will start getting reduced. It will start reducing. And in a 4 to 5 minute max, it will be gone. Either it is a normal headache or a migraine.
Interesting. Something for our team members for sure, because I think headache is one common thing which we keep common. But a lot of people out there I know are physicians. So please do try this. Very easy to try, and you can do it at your desk itself. One more from a team perspective again, because I was thinking of the team. We had introduced a wellness leave as we keep talking about health as a core value. We've got something called as menstrual leave. When the long story short, thanks to God that I realized how painful it is, how hard it is to work on certain days when it's super painful for them, and we said, hey, you can take a leave. But not every organization or not every person out there or lady out there gets the benefit of working in our team,
right,
taking the menstrual leave. Is there something which they can try when they're undergoing extreme pain on those days?
Yes, definitely it is there. The best way of managing that pain, and during the day you are having pain, basically I'll tell you the remedies for that. 1 cup of water, add 2 to 3 slices of ginger and boil it. Take that ginger tea. It's not that ginger tea. It's like plain ginger boiling with the water. No extra tea leaves or anything. Just drink it sip by sip, 3 to 4 times, or let's say 5 times, at least 5 times in a day. Slowly, what will happen? It will start reducing the pain. If it is unbearable, okay, normal pain will be there. There is no remedies to just completely, remove that pain because it's unnatural. But the remedies will actually work out on the intensity of the pain. So intensity of the pain will go down. It will become normal.
Okay.
The second thing is to normalize yourself those days when you are in the period. Okay, you should practice sasankasana is one, which helps basically calming you, relaxing you, and pain also will go little lesser, so that it will be manageable and almost like it won't be actually making you suffer a lot. So these are the practices.
What was the asana name?
Sasankasana.
Shashankasana.
Yeah, sasankasana is there, which again I'll not get into the science of it, but this is the best practice what till now, based on my experience and knowledge and trainings, I know ginger tea, that what I have explained right now, the recipe, and the sasankasana, the best.
And this is very specific to menstrual pain or any stomach pain or
No, only for
menstrual pain.
Yes.
Okay. I think again a very actionable tip, very much doable at office, even at home, which brings me to when I say actionable, because that was the whole idea of all the questions we asked you today, and bringing most common questions to the forefront, and talk a little bit about what you do to our audience. So through Varanium is what I've learned, and now I realize, because I think these were some questions which I got. I've seen. I think I realized clearly that you've got actionable remedies / tricks and tips for most of the common situations that professionals face.
Right.
And I would like to let our audience know that Sugum has built a company. As I mentioned already, has built a company around it with a lot of such actionable areas. And as you mentioned in some of your answers, he's written books to understand this. There's also a new app that we were mentioning, AI based app, and you also mentioned that it was a little. It helps with personalized feedback to anybody who's trying to use it.
Right.
Because I can't cover all the questions that I've tried to pick most common ones, but I think that AI app that you talked about might be very useful for our audience to ask more specific questions that they have.
Right.
I mean, you can obviously put them in comments and or reach out to him through any of the contacts that we put in the description. But can you tell very briefly how that app can be used by any of our audience and get more specific questions answered, which I've been asking?
Right. So, the whole project, objective was to create something which is more actionable, doable, and also like has a concrete, solution. So we have built AI based, like we call it Varanium AI, that we have been building based on the experience and knowledge, and my understanding being, thinking from the techie perspective and from the well-being perspective, combining those two. So in that we have integrated all the remedies, most of the remedies, like we have almost 1,000 remedies and almost for 80 kind of symptoms. And it's not we are sticking with one remedies for one symptom, but there are multiple options. So even though which are more relevant and useful will be served first. So not holding you to just scroll through it and then get it. So that is called V Circle. Right now we are only available on the Play Store because the App Store will get soon launched. We are in the stage of training our model, and with the authentic knowledge graph, knowledge base we have, there is a mechanism behind it, and it all happened because I have been training my student. I realize yoga is now shifting with the AI, so I wrote a book called Yoga 2.0. You can find it on Kindle. So there I have actually tried to explain that how yoga need a AI edge to serve more people and give the relevant answer basically. So cut down the time and get the answer. Then from there new idea came, and then I started writing a book on human manual that I have been talking right now.
Mention that, yeah.
Yes, so the book name is Decoding the Human Manual. From there, the Varanium AI actually evolved. So this is our evolution of Varanium. So from Varanium, it became like Yoga 2.0. And then I wrote another book, Decoding the Human Manual, and then integrating that and then developing an app, come Varanium AI. So this is what the whole journey. And it is completely dedicated. As we had the conversation right now, I believe and feel that this is the only important thing that we should do.
Beautiful. But as you explained about AI app, I mean, it's a great like evolution of books and then converting it to something. But how is it different? Like when you say AI and Chat GPT, which I was also referring to something when we were discussing. I'm assuming Chat GPT has access to most of the Ayurveda or yogic practices that you've used or you're basing your remedies on. How is Varanium or V-Circle different from ChatGPT? Because I can pretty much go ask the same question and ask for a remedy on ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'll say like because we are talking right now, to the techies as well. So there's a term called, Upattikaye.
Okay.
Which is a very deep science in the yogic concept, and which is also known for majorly all the disease and issues what a human face, not just the physical but the mental and emotional.
What was the name?
Upattikaye.
Upattikaya.
Oh, yeah, Upattikaye. So if you ask, even though, and if you search on the Google, you won't find any data or any knowledge about it, but it is there in our ancient system. So I am telling you, I'm giving an example that where we are expertise has, and we have been training our model based on that. We have knowledge graph, we have experienced training our students, and we have learned from there. We have data based on that. So which works, which does not works, with what case it works, does not works. So this is what our knowledge base. The other part is like we understand the whole journey of individuals. So we are crafting in a way where it's just not sharing you the knowledge or information, but it is making you in the application. So app itself schedules your remedies based on your convenient, and also studies what is the time good, what is the good time for you. So I said no, timing matters. So let's say if right now if you're suffering with migraine, you need to do that, shifting the nostril that time. But if I'm telling you like shifting the nostril can actually heal your, it can actually heal while you, it is the remedies for migraine, let's say. You're not getting migraine, but you keep switching in between. Will it happen? What will work? Nothing. So that's what. Understanding the right time and then suggesting it and giving you reminder so that you stay on the routine without extra effort. That's what we are building Varanium. So Varanium dedicated on cutting down the cost of effort and making it seamless integration with your lifestyle.
How I understand this, I think in your explanation is, one, this is ChatGPT may have generic, but this is based on the feedback that you've been getting from your clients/students. So this is more specific and proven.
Yes.
And the second one is it's more personalized because of the schedule you mentioned. So
yeah,
it's gonna give you back some suggestions based on how you are using and what you are asking, and thereby being proactive with you.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I'm yet to install that app, by the way, guys. So I got to know that, but that's the reason why I'm curious as well. So I'll use that and see where it goes. And like I said, this is all about being actionable. The remedies, the quick tips, the AI app, and I hope all the people watching here, if not all of this, some of them are useful. If not here, from the app, and if any of you are are in the position of leadership or an influence in the company, I hope this inspires or this triggers a conversation of how can we have yoga beyond our yoga days or just one day in the year or one day in the quarter, and have it really part of our lives. And only leadership can bring that change, at least when you talk about large organizations and even smaller organizations, like whoever is a decision or influential person in the decisions that are taken in such spaces. So I really hope all of this take shape, goes the maximum distance, not just India but globally as well.
Right.
I wish you all the best for all of that, Sugam.
Yeah.
And I hope that was useful. I hope people watching ask more questions. If it was useful, tell us which tip you want to try, which tip you tried and worked. If nothing, if you liked any part of this conversation and the intent that we try to bring in here, please do like subscribe, like, or maybe share with your friends, because I'm pretty sure some of the questions that you asked, we all have faced at some point in our life, and hence I believe this is a super useful conversation. Thank you again, Sugam. Is there any final final conversation or a note that you want to leave our audience with?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to actually, say one thing, that people who actually value, the well-being at their workplace, leaders like you, I mean, because when we started, this is the second time we are meeting, and then when I started telling you about like how quick and easy it is to actually implement and all, and then you said we should do it not just for me or for my team, but even for the people around there. You value for the techies and all. I think like that's kind of initiative, that's kind of leadership definitely is required these days. And I'm actually, sharing this with our audience as well, like who is sitting there and in the position of leadership. I mean, I do understand that you value, but probably like, we need to go more, we need to go far from there, not just value, but bring the value in. It, like it is useful for you, but let's make it useful for your your colleagues and your office people as well. So thank you so much everyone watching our video, and I hope these suggestions will help you in your life, in your journey. And if you anything you ask, you just ask us, like go through the description.
We'll leave the links in the description.
Right.
So on that note, that is all that we had from this. We tried to give you prevention, and if prevention is not for you, we had a lot of cures from the expert. That was me, Roshan Kotla, on behalf of the Salesforce Club. I look forward to having more such useful conversations. If you've liked what our work, or if you have any comments, good things in the comments, improvements to the email address. On that note, have a good one. Until next time, this is Roshan Kotla. Bye-bye.